Hello YouTubers, this is Shem. I've recently uploaded a video where I presented you the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 4 and I spoke a little bit about my first impressions from using the device. I mentioned that I had the Xperia Z3 with me as well, and in this video I'll compare the devices and some of their features. So let me start from the build and design of both smartphones. You can see right away that the Note 4 is the bigger one of the two. It's 7.5mm longer, 6.6mm wider, and its thickness is 1.2mm higher. The mass is also 24 grams higher for the Note. Both smartphones have aluminum frames. The one in Z3 has rounded painted edges, and the Note 4 has brushed aluminum. In the front, both the Xperia and the Note have tempered glass. One used by Sony is Dragon Trail, and the Note 3 has Corning Gorilla Glass 3. The front-facing camera on Sony has a resolution of 2.2 megapixels, and the Note has a new 3.7 megapixel module. There are two front-facing stereo speakers on the front of the Z3 as well. Let's take a closer look at the build. Because the Xperia Z3 has IP68 certification and thus is water resistant to a submersion to a depth of 1.5 meter for up to 30 minutes, all of its ports are covered with flaps. Under a flap on the left you will find a micro USB port for charging, the pogo pins for a magnetic charger and an attachment for a leash. On the left side of the Note 4 is the volume rocker. Moving on to the bottom, the Xperia has nothing here, and in the Note you will find a micro USB charging cable, as well as the microphones and a slot for the dedicated stylus for the Galaxy Note 4 called the S Pen. On the right side, the Xperia Z3 has a dedicated camera button, as well as the volume rocker, the power button and flap hiding the nano SIM and micro SD card slots. In Note 4, the right is where you have the power button. On the top, both the Xperia as well as the Note have a headphone jack. Additionally, Samsung has an infrared port. On the back, Sony has yet another sheet of tempered glass, and the Note has a nice to the touch synthetic material imitating leather. Both models come with advanced camera modules. The Z3's is 20.7 megapixels and Note's 16 megapixel with optical image stabilization. On the lower left corner of the Note lies the speaker. You probably wonder where are all the ports hidden in the Note. They are actually under the back cover, which you open by placing your nail in a slit on the top left side of the smartphone. Under the back cover you can find the micro SD and micro SIM card slots and a replaceable 3220 mAh battery. The back cover is made from flexible plastic. Both smartphones work on the newest Android 4.4.4 KitKat. In Samsung we have a refreshed skin called TouchWiz, and in Z3 a skin from Sony. I've spent some time with both devices and they run really smoothly, but I will have to test that again in the future. In Galaxy Note 4 we have a new octa-core Exynos Octa 5433 Mali T760 graphics chip and 3GB of RAM memory. Sony on the other hand comes with quad-core Snapdragon 801 with Adreno 330 graphics chip and 3GB of RAM memory. There is 16GB of on-device storage expandable by the microSD card in Sony and 32GB of built-in memory also expandable by microSDs in Samsung. The battery in Sony has a capacity of 3100 mAh and that in Samsung 3220 mAh. I haven't had a chance to do a battery life test, so I can't tell you which will do better in that respect. When it comes to software, there is a massive list of pre-installed apps on Samsung. I haven't been able to go through all of them, but I do have to mention that the awesome built-in features of the S Pen stylus, which is not only functional and precise, but it also makes it easy to work on such a large screen. Speaking of the screen, the one in Note 4 was made in Super AMOLED technology, has 5.7 inches and a 2K resolution which gives it a pixel density of 515 pixels per inch. In Z3 we have a 5.2 inch LCD IPS panel with Full HD resolution and a pixel density of 424 pixels per inch. When it comes to the quality of displayed images, they are both brilliant screens. The pixel density in either one is very high and you won't be able to find pixels on the screen. When it comes to colors, the ones on Note 4 are slightly on the warmer side, whereas Sony is awfully miscalibrated, but fortunately you can adjust it in white balance settings. Which one is better? I don't think that there is a clear winner here, it's more of a matter of personal preference. The front-facing stereo speakers on the Z3 are way better than the ones on Note 4. Even though Samsung's speaker is louder, I'm not a fan of its location or the quality of produced sound. Front-facing speakers such as those on Sony should be a standard feature. I have not had a chance to test the quality of pictures or recordings captured with the cameras of the devices, and there is a very long list of interesting features, and they are both capable of recording video footage in 4K resolution. Let's summarize. I will not talk about which one is prettier, as that is solely up to you. Features where the Xperia Z3 takes an upper hand are for sure its IP68 certification, higher maximum resolution of the camera, front-facing stereo speakers, and a dedicated camera shutter button. In Samsung, we have the infrared port, which will let you use it as a TV remote, optical image stabilization in the camera, more built-in storage, a replaceable battery, as well as the S Pen support and better selfie camera. It's hard to say which one will win in terms of photography, battery life, and performance. I hope that soon I'll be able to find out. In the meantime, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thanks for your attention, and I'll see you soon.